Hello and welcome back to another Sims 3 build video. My name is Billy, and if you enjoy watching people build in the Sims 3, feel free to like, subscribe and stick around for more. I upload a video every fortnight, and also feel free to follow me on Patreon, which is free for everyone, as well as Tumblr, where I post the builds. So this week I decided to build another starter home. If you haven't watched my first build that I uploaded, which was also a starter home, the Cerulean starter, feel free to check it out on my channel. I've also got it in my Sims 3 build playlist. This one is called the Settle Down Starter. It is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it is on a 20 by 15 lot. It is very lacking in CC and expansion packs this time, which is great. So if you're someone who likes to try and stick as close to base game as possible, doesn't want to install a whole lot, this build is good for you. And unlike the Cerulean starter, I did hold back on decorating, and it is definitively a good starter home price. Pretty much any sim should be able to purchase it furnished without worrying about simoleons. This one is actually based off of a settler's cottage, although a modern rebuild of settler's cottages. I saw a few of them posted from, I guess, a building company recently, and I just thought I had to build something inspired by it. If you've been around on my channel, watched some of my other videos, you'll know I do love settler's cottages, and it does make me excited to see that people are building more houses in that style because they're just so small and cute. And I will digress that this one I maybe didn't go so crazy on the landscaping. Probably also what helped keep the simoleons down. And I did use some custom content doors and archways, but they were also the cheapest options and they just really suited the look, so my apologies. But I do really recommend them. And so just placing down the doors and the general floor plan, and yeah. I will say next fortnight's video should be a very exciting one, depending on how much you like or dislike builds with custom content. I maybe did a build where I decided for once to branch out and be crazy with the amount of custom content. I figured I'd try it once. It's a really cute build. So do look forward to that if you're interested, and just more motivation to subscribe if you want to. So now I'm placing down the wallpaper, figuring out some colors. This one has a variety of colors. It's not specifically themed like the Cerulean starter was. Everything's, I guess, fairly neutral. You know, this one, the bedroom's, you know, blue toned, the lounge living space is green toned, and the kitchen is just pretty much plain white. And I did go with a more blue toned bathroom there. And the exterior is also not hugely themed in colour. I went pretty neutral. The colour will not change much from what you see here. I believe I made it a little bit yellow, but nothing so crazy like my sunny single build. Just getting all of that siding placed down. I don't think I've really done too many builds where I haven't used siding, I will admit. I should probably do more brick builds just to change things up. Might be something I look at in the future, although I do admit most of the builds I am inspired by in real life do use siding. I just like the look more, but maybe I could also play around with combining materials. I know I did a little bit of that in the Colonial Suburban, I believe. It was not simply just siding everywhere or anything like that. It wasn't fully brick. So that was certainly a more interesting one. But I guess for me, I always struggle to figure out where I should do kind of divide up the textures. So it is a little bit easier for me to just do all of the same, but perhaps I should challenge myself. And here I'm just placing down the windows. These are from, I believe, University Life. The 3 expansion packs in this build are Showtime, University Life, and Ambitions. It's interesting that I haven't actually used Showtime in more builds so far. I did always have a terrible habit of always using the bed from Showtime because it was the cheapest bed with a fairly decent energy recovery rate. So that's also the main reason why I used it in this build, because it is cheap, it is fairly good for energy, so it's pretty much perfect for a starter home. But yeah, I haven't used it so much in my builds, I guess because I always hate having to do one item from a given expansion pack. I think Showtime's one that people pretty consistently have. I think next fortnight's build, it has one single item from Island Paradise, and I'm not sure how I feel about the fact they did that. I mean, I like the way the bed looks from that pack, but I know a lot of people are probably more likely to keep that pack disabled. Same with Into the Future and sometimes Supernatural. I know I personally don't always play with Supernatural or Into the Future enabled because I don't really use that functionality so much. And sometimes that ruins my immersion because I do play a lot of more real world based saves rather than using anything from Supernatural, and I certainly don't really ever go to the future. But I like some of the hair and clothing from that pack. So I'm sorry if you are someone who plays with Island Paradise disabled. I swear it's only one item from next week. I'm so sorry. But in this build, I am staying fairly consistent using a television from University Life, so that's at least 3 distinct items from that pack. The windows and the TV. There's the Showtime bed coming in. Pretty much for the most part, I think everything else is base game. There is something from Ambitions that's in here though. I will point it out if I remember what it is. I swear I used something from Ambitions, but maybe I am making an incorrect assumption. Regardless, if it doesn't require Ambitions after all, you will find out because I won't mention it in the description. And if it doesn't, then congratulations. So just pretty much finishing up with some decoration. As I said, I was very restrained this time. I didn't even put toilet paper in because it just didn't fit with the door there. So that helped, but I did put in some plants and the old classic tissues by the bed. I'm consistent. Yeah, most of the custom content in this build is admittedly, I think, the wall paintings I'm going to put in because, of course, if you've seen my other starter build, you know what one I'm going to use. I consistently use those ones throughout my build, but also they're free. And here I am placing them down. I do also try and consistently use the medium-sized Dolce Vita wall paintings from Juliet Sims CC, because then you could just choose to download those ones, because I know people don't necessarily use the smaller ones. I certainly don't really use them that much, but I believe I'm about to eat my words and place down a smaller one. Yeah, I'm sorry. it just fit better right in that space, and it's free so it doesn't up the cost, so that's wonderful. So I think it's those, the roof, the ceiling lights I'm going to place down are custom content, the doors and the archway are, and then I think the only other thing is really what I use for landscaping. It was cheaper than using the actual game ones. Maybe it's kind of, in a way, cheating to use custom content in my starter builds instead of dealing with the kind of built-in plants and decor that actually cost money. But you know what? I think we're allowed to have nice, pretty homes that don't cost so much in the game. And they don't have to be so plain. So the custom content plants I used here are from around The Sims 3. They are the ones converted from The Sims 4, which I wasn't sure if I'd actually like them. I was very hesitant to download them, but I ended up doing it and I thought they worked well enough. I am very picky with what ones I'll download for Sims 4 conversions though, because I don't love the more clay looking style in general from Sims 4. And, you know, some of the trees, it's very obvious. But it worked out well this time. Yeah, I am really happy with this build, and I am tempted to do another video where I actually kind of maybe like more thoroughly furnish it or make it more of an expensive house as well. Because for this one I really like stuck to the bare minimum. I didn't really decorate too much because, you know, I needed to keep it cheap. But I could really probably zhuzh it up a little bit if I had more of a budget. So it might be something I might look at in the future because I do find the structure cute. It would just be even better if I could fully kind of landscape and decorate and everything like that. I think I could make it a lot more interesting, so then I guess it would give 2 versions. But that's not in this video, that might be a later thing. Yeah, now I'm just updating the patterns on everything. Interesting, fun behind the scenes fact, I completely forgot to style the couches that I placed down a lot earlier than this. And I realized only once I was taking screenshots and had to jump straight back into the game, film an extra little clip of me recoloring it, and then export the house all over again. I was very annoyed at myself because normally I'd do a proper check over, but I just didn't. I was just so excited that I was done. And here is that final clip where I also moved around the tree and placed one down. I wasn't originally going with tree there, and here we are. You'll notice the lighting's also suspiciously different, probably because it's in a different world. But here I am, just decorating the couches. It is a very nautical vibe, I think, this build, which is really funny because one could say that about the Cerulean starter as well, given the theme is blue. But I'm happy with how everything turned out, and that's pretty much it for this video. So enjoy the screenshots and thank you for watching. See you next time.